Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in today's session of the Power Platform Bootcamp. We're kicking off today, and we're super excited to have each and every one of you take our time to join us on this 30 days learning journey. This is an amazing bootcamp organized by Microsoft Student Ambassadors, and we're super grateful for the coordination and for the effort in putting this together. So I want you to start off, as you start off the journey with us today, I want you to stay true on the 30 days learning journey and ensure that you do all of the things that you need to do to support you and to make you, a better version of yourself. All right. So today, I'm going to be talking about Power Platform in the modern day society. Right. My name is Foyin Olajide-Bello. I'm Microsoft MVP in business applications. I'm also a senior cloud consultant with Avanade, and I have been solution architecting and technical space for over 13 years now. My expertise lie around Microsoft Power Platform, Microsoft 365, and Azure. And when I'm not working, I like to listen to music and dance. I enjoy reading and traveling also. I am the founder of Textilers. Textilers is a community that supports women who desire to have a career in technology. We have amazing mentors from every part of the world, women who are established and who are willing to give back and support other women who want to jump on their tech journey. Right, I'm also one of the user group leads for the Power Platform in Nigeria. I'm a member of the Dynamics Con Advisory Team, and these are my handles. You can follow me on Twitter at FoyinB. Also, this Textilers Twitter handle. If you're a woman here and like to get connected to the women community, you can follow us on Twitter, Textilers. Then we're also on Facebook as Textilers, and you can follow me on Facebook as Foyin Olajide-Bello. Enough said about me. So let's get started. We discovered that there are over 500 million new applications that need to be built. Why? There is this digital demand that we are experiencing and that we are still going to experience. If you think that there are so many applications now, I have good news for you. We're just getting started. We're going to have over 500 million new apps that needs to be built, and this amount is greater than all the apps that were built in the last 40 years. And guess what? We do not have enough developers to do this. There's going to be a 1 million shortfall of developers in the US alone. What does this mean? It means that we're going to need to build so many applications and we're not going to have enough developers to do this. And with the great lockdown, which we all experienced in 2020, even in 2021 now, there's the Delta variant and life may not return to normal for another 1 year. A lot of employees have gone remote. And even as we're trying to gradually balance our lives with what we have, the new reality of things and what it used to be before, we discovered that a lot of employees don't even want to go back to the office. They prefer to work from home because they're enjoying work-life balance. So they can take care of their kids, they can do stuff, other things that matter to them. They're cutting off the travel time. So this is the time, these are the recent times. And when employees start to work remotely, you start to see the need to digitize your organization, right? All of the things that we're taking for granted then because everybody was coming to the office and you could say, oh, I want you to sign on this piece of paper, or come and register your name on this document, or we need your signature here. We need you to fill this physical form. All of that now needs to go away because half of the organization is working from home, another half is working from the physical location of the organization. And in some cases, you may even have other employees working from other geographical locations. So this is the reality of our modern world today. Now, business users want solutions to their challenges. What are the current challenges? Businesses have spent years gathering data. The number of enterprise, we have a lot of enterprises with more than 100 terabytes of unstructured data, and this has doubled since 2016. And very few of these businesses even know how to analyze this data and make them actionable. They're not able to draw insights from all of this data that they have gathered over the years. Also, it's clear that the workforce all over the globe require multi-device capability and collaboration. The time spent on devices is significantly higher than it used to be in the past years. So everything is mobile because we're always with our mobile phones and we want to be able to do things on the go as opposed to the PC. And creating apps is expensive. If you're to employ pro developers, a back-end developer, a front-end developer, you need the UI UX person, you need a product manager. So many resources are needed to create a single application, and that is totally, expensive. And we also know that line of business decision makers are a critical part of the project, right? 81% of all the projects are influenced by the owners of this business, the owners of this line of business applications, and they are looking to create their own solution, right? So HR knows exactly what they want, and they influence it, right? They will say, this is what I want, I know what I want. And you cannot decide what I want for me because I understand what the problems are in my space. So even though you're in technology, I am a specialist in this area and I know exactly what I need. So these are some of the challenges that we see in today's society and in the business and in the world of today. Now, the transforming a business also can be challenging. So I've spoken about the current business problems that the users have. But now, okay, yes, we accept that all of these challenges are available and want to transform the business. But this can be challenging. Time to markets. We are in a generation where everybody wants everything like now at the speed of light. No one is ready to wait. Nobody wants to wait on a phone call for a customer rep for more than 2-3 seconds. So that's the time to market is critical for any business to thrive. You want an application, you want to make an app, develop an application. Your customers want it like yesterday. All the paper processes, all those complex processes need to be simplified because it's delaying the outputs and it's also delaying the productivity, which is also the revenue of the organization. Right? So time to market, is one of the challenges. Shadow IT governance, changing business expectations, business aligning with IT is also another challenge. IT has fantastic plan that sometimes sits outside of the business. So that's some of the challenges that we see in the real world, in the real work environments nowadays. Then lack of insights, like I explained before, organizations have 100 terabytes worth of data that have been gathered for so many years, and they're not able to get any insights from it. They're not able to make informed decisions from all of this data that they have. So there's lack of business intelligence integration, and a lot of organizations also have siloed data. They have data sitting in different places, and they are unable to sit at a desk and look at all the data from a single window. So these are some of the challenges that we have currently in today's business. And total cost of ownership, everything is expensive. If maintaining legacy systems is expensive, there is a cost for security and compliance needs, even leveraging existing technology. All this total cost of ownership is also a challenge. Now, what's the way out? I've expressed all the different challenges that we have. We have expressed the business users' need at this time, that they need applications now. They need to simplify their processes to get to satisfy their customers. I've explained all of this to you, right? So what do we do? I said we're going to need to create 500 million more applications the next few years. We have said that there's going to be a shortfall of over a million developers in the US alone. So, do we teach everyone to code? Do you think it's possible? Well, I'm sure everybody's like, what? Can everyone learn how to code? Well, that's not the plan. To a developer, true low code. Now, low code empowers everyone to solve all of these business challenges that we are talking about, right? So the idea that Microsoft has, and the reason why Microsoft has brought the Power Platform, is because they have seen all of these challenges, these business user challenges, these business organizational challenges. They have seen what is going to happen in the next 10, 15, 20 years. And they decided, you know what? The way out is to empower everyone, empower the business users to become citizen developers so they can start to build their own applications, empower the IT admins, empower the pro developers, empower the IT admins to support the business users if they need to make any integrations into any of the existing systems or the line of business applications, legacy systems. Empower the pro developers so that they can also use these applications to build these low code applications to build their applications very quickly, right? So I had one of my friends who is a pro developer for 10, 13 plus years, and he was saying to me, oh, Foyin, you didn't mention this whole Power Platform stuff to me earlier. I wish I knew it earlier because it makes my work so easy. There's so much I can do. There's so much I can leverage on. I don't have to start to build everything from scratch because I have access to the Power Platform. I have access to Power Apps. I have access to the AI builder, artificial intelligence builder is available, in Power Apps. I don't have to build all of these components myself from scratch. So that's the idea. The idea that Microsoft has, and the vision is to empower everyone, both the business users, both the IT admins, both the pro developers, to begin to solve all of these business challenges. Now, you learn so much about the Power Platform in the next 30 days, but I'll just talk to few aspects of it. So we have the Power BI, which is used for business analytics. I mentioned when I was talking about the modern day challenges that we have, is that a lot of organizations are sitting on a ton of data and they cannot get any insights from it. Why do you need to get insights from your data? You need to get insights from your data so you can make informed decisions, right? So Power Apps is Microsoft's low code, no code application development. So when we say low code, no code, we're just trying to say that this is a platform where you can build your applications without writing a single line of code. Or if at all you're going to write any code, it's going to be minimal. So that's why it's called low code, no code, right? And that's Power Apps. It's used for application developments. And when you develop your applications and it's complete, your users can access it from the web. That's through the web browsers, whether it's on the laptop, the desktop, or the mobile browsers. And you can also access it from the native Power Apps mobile application, right? So then we have the Power Automate, which is used for process automation. So all the manual processes, all the paper processes, all the form filling and taking from one desk to another desk, all of that can come to an end through automating your process with Power Automate. Then the last application in the Power Platform stack is the Power Virtual Agents, right? And what this does is it's used to build intelligent virtual agents, which are intelligent chatbots. So, chatbots, when you go to a website and it says something pops up and says, hi, how can I help you today? That's a chatbot. And Microsoft has found out that a lot of organizations have users asking the same questions over and over again. And they found out that you have experts having to answer the same questions over and over again. And I've had this experience before when I worked as a level 3 engineer. I had to answer the same questions over and over again. And sometimes I had this notepad where I had all of my answers ready. So whenever I get tickets speaking to a particular area, I just go to my notepad, I copy the answer from there, and I paste it in the service support portal. So all of these are real life situations where they discover that why should a professional keep answering the same question? Let's build a chatbot for that. Whenever users have questions, the first point of contact should be the chatbot. Talk to the chatbot and they get an answer to their question. So that saves the user's time. That saves my time as a support engineer also, because I can spend that time doing other things that I need to do. So that's the whole concept of the Power Virtual Agents. And Microsoft has built it in such a way that it understands natural language, right? It understands when you put in a typo, it understands if you don't construct your English properly, and it's able to find the right answers for you based on the knowledge base that it's working from. But you will learn all about this more as we progress in our 30 days journey. Okay, so Microsoft's low-code application is recognized by Forrester and by Gartner. And, this chart is one of the charts I was able to get today, and it's from September 2020. And you can see that Microsoft is in the leader space. So it shows that, they are very forward-looking in respect to the low-code, no-code application platforms, and they continue to push the boundaries and make the solutions easier to use for the seasoned developers and the pro devs. We have 86% of Fortune 500 companies that currently use the Power Platform. In our world today, 6% of Fortune 500 companies use the Power Platform. And I can see some examples in my diagram on the right of these companies. Well, what does that tell me? It tells me that every organization with Office 365 will use the Power Platform, right? So in my head, I'm thinking, because Power Platform is a part of Microsoft 365 tools, Office 365, as we know it as, what it means is that every organization that uses Office 365 today, there's a very high chance and very high tendency that they will use the Power Platform. And Microsoft has gone a step further to introduce the Power Platform in Teams, right? So now if you have Microsoft Teams, you have access to Power Apps for Teams, you have access to Power Automate for Teams, you have access to Power Virtual Agents for Teams, you have access to Power BI for Teams. So what they've done is that Microsoft is making sure that, the users are able to reach their full potential with all of these tools. So from within the Teams interface, you can build applications, you can automate your processes, you can build your chatbots, and this makes the team and the entire organization more productive, which eventually would lead to increased profits. So I'm saying all of this so that you understand the importance of the next 30 days for you as an individual. You're basically positioning yourself into a space where you are future ready. You're not waiting until you're looking for a job, or you're not waiting until somebody imposes on you to say you have to learn this, right? A couple of years ago, nobody was talking about data. Power BI was one of the first tools. Power BI is the first of the Power Platform tools that was released by Microsoft. And so many years ago, nobody was talking about data. Nobody really understood the importance of data, But today, everyone is talking about data. Everyone has started to understand the importance of data. Data is the new oil. They've started to see how powerful mining your data and getting insights and making informed decisions is through the existing data in the organization. So in the same way, I would say that as the push of the low-code and no-code platforms continue to increase, everybody will soon start talking about it. A lot of people are talking about it now. is more spoken about in this year than it was last year, than it was 2 years ago, than it was 3 years ago. And every year, more and more roles are coming forth from this low code and no code tools. More and more new roles are emerging. You will hear more about that in David's session. So for me, it's a no-brainer, right? It's a tool that you need to know. A while back, everybody was excited that they knew how to use Microsoft Word and Excel. And now I don't even put it on my resume anymore, because saying I can use Microsoft Word and Excel is like saying I know how to write. It's like you should know how to use it if you're looking for a job. So very soon, I see that the low-code, no-code platforms will almost be like, you should know how to use this. Now we have a lot of people building out their dashboards themselves, and they are not in IT. You have HR, sales, marketing, everyone going for one Power BI training or the other, and starting to build their own dashboards, because they need to make informed decisions and they cannot wait on IT. IT has a lot of work they are doing. They need to be able to sit down by themselves. They need to be able to mine their own data. So in the same way, I believe that all these other low-code, no-code tools will soon become a tool that you need to be productive at your desks. So these are some of the scenarios where the Power Platform has been used, or where Power Platform can be used, right? So we look at human resources, different things you can use it for. It's massive. Employee feedback. You can build an app for employee feedback, for vacation, for onboarding. If you're in sales and service, all of these are available. Marketing, in ops, even for social and collaboration. You can do resource and shift management. You can have your meeting organizer. Even there's a back to work application where you book your slots or your decks if you're coming into the office, because of the whole COVID restrictions and spacing and all that is required. Just go on the app, you book your space, it goes to whoever needs to give approval is given, and all of this is done on the fly. So every time there's so many use case scenarios for the Power Platform, and it helps to make employees more productive, which also makes the organization as a whole more productive and increases revenue at the end of the day, right? So these are some of the examples that that has been done before and that can be done. And of course, this list is not exhaustive. So many, many more can be done. If you go to aka.ms/Power Platform Stories, you would see a ton of companies, Fortune 500 companies, massive companies, small businesses, all of them making use of the Power Platform in different ways. So this is Power Platform in today's society. You can see the ADH clinic. A small business owner was able to transition from paper to digital. And this enabled her to stay open and continue to deliver treatment to her customers even during the pandemic. And she used simple things like Microsoft Booking, she used Forms, she used Power Apps, she used Power Automate and Microsoft's Dataverse to enable her solution to work. So this shows you that Power Platform is not only for large enterprises. Small businesses can use it, medium-sized businesses can use it, and also very large enterprises can use it. It can be used by NGO, it can be used in the manufacturing, in education, in all industry verticals. So that's what the Power Platform is about. You can read more about different things that people have done with this link, and this can also inspire you to do something massive, something different in your organization. As I always tell people, you don't need to be in IT to make a change. You don't need to be a staff of the technology department to build an application, to automate your process. In fact, if you have redundant processes at your desk, you have a process that is taking so much of your time, that is making you so slow, making your outputs drag, you need to automate that process yourself. So don't get left behind. The Microsoft Student Learn Ambassadors have organized these 30 days of learning free of charge. They're not asking for any money. All they're saying is come and learn for free. And I think this is a massive opportunity because the 30 days is going to be loaded. They're going to take you through each of the applications one after the other. And you're going to learn so much. You're going to learn so much. So stay connected to the 30 days of learning. Don't start today and tomorrow you're not around anymore. Stay connected, and there's the WhatsApp group. I believe that's for continuous engagement. You can't log in, you can't find a link, you need support on something, stay connected to your community, to the community, and do your homework, right? If you attend the session and the speaker says you need to do this, I want to do that, build your app, automate your process, and there's a lot of do-it-yourselves in the agenda that I saw. Please ensure you do it so your learning experience can be full, right? And once you do all of this, you can tag me on LinkedIn, tag me on Twitter. I would happily, reshare, comment on your post. We had a bootcamp at Lokoja on Saturday, and it was fantastic. When I got on LinkedIn on Sunday, I saw beautiful dashboards. I built my dashboard. It looked so nice. People had never used Power BI before, building amazing dashboards. So that's just fantastic. They didn't wait. They were already moving and on the go with what they had learned. So please, when you need to build your application, build it. Tag us on Twitter, tag us on LinkedIn. Use the hashtags that have been provided to you. Let's keep the learning going. Let's keep the learning going. All right, so has been a great and fantastic 30 minutes with you. Thank you so much once again for joining the session. Super thanks to all the organizers and all the speakers who will be speaking for the next 30 days. If you need any help or support, you can reach out to any of them, or you can also reach out to me. I'm available on LinkedIn and also on Twitter. Wishing you all the best in your learning journey. Thank you so much.